Hey my Shuga Bears, welcome back to my channel, Bougie AF. It's your host, Nicole. It's where I say stay bougie on them. It's me feeding you feminism for the soul. It's my soul food offering. It's where I apply pressure to issues by being critical and logical. Now don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Now let's get to the commentary where I can guarantee you I will be doing too much because that's just me. And like Sheree said, who's gonna check me, boo? Welcome back, y'all. You are tuned in to the Bougie AF channel, and it's your girl, Nicole, where I say stay bougie on there, and I'm serving you feminism for the soul. You can check me on them people's Instagram at bougieaf_ish. Also on Twitter at I'm_bougie_AF. So listen, I wanted to do a little follow-up story, and, you know, I'm going to do a little Instagram scroll because y'all know I love, I absolutely love comments, right? On any, like, on all social media platforms because people are just cheeky naturally and just funny. So it's just, I just find myself laughing and I like to share it with you guys. All right, so today we are going to talk about Tasha K and Cardi B. Listen, I don't know why Tasha K would lose $4 million to somebody and still want to keep their name in their mouth. I think the last thing I would want to say is a motherfucking Cardi B. But on April 4th, Cardi B went back to court and requested that Tasha K just stop saying my name, take down all of this disgusting stuff that she had posted and said in videos and stuff like that. So this is an article on Rolling Stone. Cardi B wins court order forcing Tasha K to scrub and stop discussing lies. A judge granted the permanent injunction to rein in Tasha K's false and defamatory statements that Cardi B has herpes, engaged in prostitution, used cocaine, and committed adultery. April 4th, Cardi B scored another, and I want to point out the author of this article is Nancy Dillon at them people's Rolling Stone, because I'm gonna tell y'all why, because y'all need to reach out to her because I need some understanding, okay? And look, I'm gonna just point it out when I get there. Cardi B scored another victory over Tasha K on Monday when a judge ordered the YouTube blogger to take down more than a dozen videos and several social media posts that contained statements judged false and defamatory by a January jury verdict. Kibi, known professionally as Tasha K, will have 5 days to scrub the content once served with the order, the judge ruled. The blogger also is barred from publishing or republishing any statements alleging Cardi B engaged in prostitution, has herpes, has HPV, used cocaine, committed adultery, or performed a debasing act with a beer bottle. Tasha was out here telling people that girl. Okay, so if you don't know, in the court findings, they found out that Tasha lied. She was just like online, literally Googling this girl's name to try to find video and just trying to find shit so she could put her own narrative out there. So she just found a video, and I think it was like on Pornhub allegedly. I don't even know why I'm saying allegedly because it was like really, it's a fact. She said it. So she like literally was on like Pornhub or something, and it was like typing in Cardi B. Of course nothing came up, but I guess there was just a girl who looked like her or some shit like that. So she decided to use that video, and listen, it's costing her $4 million. And as much as I'm laughing, I just think it's really absurd and ridiculous. Like when someone get fixated on somebody that's not personally did anything to you. Like I said, I'm always lost with that. Like I feel like that type of energy, like to go all in, kamikaze, crash out, like do that for yourself. Like do that because somebody did something to you. Do that over, someone fucking with you. Do that over someone fucking with your kids. Do that over somebody fucking with you, your husband or something like that. But just to be out here doing that to regular people that are just strangers to you, that's not really, this ain't personal. I want y'all to know I do this talking shit, all this shit, and like I don't know y'all. None of this shit is personal. And y'all don't know me, right? So to see how Tasha K like did 41 videos, daughter in the next room, you teaching her how to be messy and all that, like I don't know. I mean, it's 2022, I guess. All right, so Cardi B sought the permanent injunction after winning her $4 million defamation verdict against Kibi, and informing the court that several harmful and disgusting lies in which Kibi referred to her as a cold sore being. Cold sore beat's funny. Cold sore beat's gonna always be funny. A cokehead and other defamatory names remained online weeks later. Kibi is appealing the verdict. I don't even know why that woman is wasting. Tasha, stop wasting that money. Like, you've already got to give up all this money. Like, that is not okay. Like, leave this shit alone. Because you got to pay to keep her lawyers on deck for her to handle whatever appeal. And then you got to pay for your fucking lawyers. Like, this is not worth it. We know you lied. There's no saving face. There's no face to save. We look at you as lying ass Tasha. You know, that's lying ass Tasha. We got one. I got one in my own motherfucking city too. And that's what we call her, lying ass Tasha. Period, Pooh. People are crazy. Just take your name. It just is what it is. It's a fact. Lying ass Tasha. That's what we gonna call her. Lying ass Tasha K. Where we at? Celebrity blogger Tasha K claiming a recent 4 million defamation verdict against the YouTube personality is proven inadequate in terms of addressing her harmful and disgusting lies. She won't take that shit down. She went on a press run and have different interviews. She's joking and laughing. She's saying shit. I don't got it. You know how infuriating that is? Like somebody takes your life and what they're doing with your name as a joke. Okay, I'm a joke on you. And I feel Cardi B on this. Keep your foot on that bitch's neck. Keep your foot on her neck. Cause like she's not sorry. She isn't having any contrite. Like she's still standing in her shit. And I think when a motherfucker's that bold to stand in their shit after they've been found guilty of doing some shit, I don't got it. I don't got it for him. And I think you're a lame. I think you're corny. I think you're naive to think that this person does not mean what they're saying or what they're doing or what they did. She meant that shit. She came up off that shit. And that's that. And so pay this girl. Nah, Cardi, don't even take food stamps. Don't do nothing. Don't call her no deal. Nothing. Nothing. The WAP artist. Now, this is why I told y'all this woman's name. Now, I'm gonna stop. I'm stopping. There's nothing to joke about. But I do not like that this journalist referred to Cardi B instead of writing Cardi B or writing Bodak Yellow or any of the other hit songs that she had. I think it's really gross that this woman went out her way to refer to Cardi B as WAP. And yes, I know it's her song. And yes, Cardi, this is why you don't put yourself out there like that. You don't discuss things that make you look a certain way. But you know what? You see value in it because it's equaled you monetary success. But when somebody can play in your face like this and refer to you as wet ass pussy, this woman like I said, look her up on them people's Twitter, send her a message because that's just disrespectful. Okay, the WAP artist and her lawyers allege in the New Thursday, and I can just see this white woman having all types of. You think it's cute to sing about your wet ass pussy? Let me call you wet ass pussy. You're so proud of your wet ass pussy. That's exactly what that is. The fuck? Thursday night filing, the WAP artist and her lawyers allege in the New Thursday night filing that an additional court order is needed to force the host of Unwind with Tasha K to scrub any remaining defamatory statements from her social media account and refrain from repeating and republishing her patently false statements that Cardi B has herpes, engaged in prostitution, used cocaine, and committed adultery. Note, all the videos and posts containing the defamatory statements have been removed from defendant's social media accounts. Cardi's new brief is asking for the permanent injunction reads. The filing goes on to say that the vlogger, whose real name is Latasha Kibi, remains a constant ongoing threat, who explicitly testified in January that she won't stop posting defamatory statements unless compelled by the court. And it was like, why are you even telling, why are you like that is so freaking bold that the courts most definitely have to once they see or hear that you're saying that, oh, you think we're a joke. You literally think that people are playing with you because you would not say the things that you're saying that would make people think so we're supposed to feel some type of sympathy and compassion for you. You want to do videos talking about how it's the machine, the payola machine and all this other shit when all you literally had to do was say allegedly. This shit is crazy. Oh, shit, allegedly. And I ain't even lying about nothing. I'm not even saying nothing that I think. No, allegedly. All this shit is allegedly, even if it is a fact. That takes nothing off me. It takes nothing off me to say that. It's no skin off my back. Allegedly. All this shit. All the shit I be talking be allegedly. Constant ongoing threat who explicitly testified in January that she won't stop posting defamatory statements unless compelled by the court. Unless someone actually forces you to, you are never going to stop repeating these statements about my client. One of Cardi B's lawyers asked Kibi during the January trial that the Bodak Yellow artist won. Now, okay, she used Bodak Yellow there, so why not use Bodak Yellow in general, okay? Why not use, like, why not just say that in the January trial that Cardi B won? Like, why are you, okay, whatever, whatever. Bodak Yellow artist won, according to the new filing. That is correct, Kibi replied. An example of the trial transcript included in paperwork reads, so the only way at this point these videos are ever going to come down is if the court forces you to remove them. Is that right? The lawyer pressed. Kibi then replied by saying, that is correct. Are you essentially saying that to stop you from calling my client Cold Sore B, my client needs to get a gag order? The lawyer asks, yes, ma'am. I'm laughing because this is why, like, nobody has to feel sorry for you. You as bold as you want to be, and I'm with you, sis, I guess. And $4 million later, and tallying, and going up. When Rolling Stone checked Kiwi's social media channels Thursday night, multiple posts with material deemed defamatory remained active. And she needed to have it off, I think, by Friday. 5 days, I think it was. Anyway. All right. A Facebook post from Kiwi dated December 18, 2008 referred to Cardi B as Herpes B, while a YouTube post from February 3rd, 2020 referred to her as Cold Sore B. Despite the overwhelming evidence entered at trial, an anonymous jury verdict against Kiwi and her company on all of the plaintiff's claims, they continue to insinuate that the defamatory statements are true. Cardi B's request for the injunctions continues. The filing then refers to a January 26 Twitter post from Kiwi that stated, "No lies were told on anyone." Oh, damn. She like literally was in there. There's transcripts of her saying that she lied, admitting that she made stuff up. This is really sick, right? And that's why I said when you have a lying Tasha, they really sick in the head. They just lie. They just lie. And I think this woman thought there was going to be no repercussions because I do think that sometimes people think, I can say whatever I want. It's America, freedom of speech, and blah, blah, blah. And that's always a conversation. That's been a conversation. Like, I be in clubhouse rooms and I hear people talk about freedom of speech don't mean freedom of consequences. And I still don't know what the fuck that means, right? And the reason why I say that is because if you break the law in terms of what freedom of speech is, then there's actual laws in the book that you would be found held guilty for, right? So I wonder when people say like consequences, are we just like I just literally think that we're just talking about mob behavior. We're just talking about people being disgruntled or not liking what they hear and being upset about it. But when you start talking about consequences, as if the what? Are you talking about violence? Like, what are we talking about? Because, thinking about what we've seen in terms of Will Smith and Chris Rock, which was violence for consequence. I guess that's his consequence for saying what he said. And society has said, that's not okay. Do you have issues? Like, is something wrong with you that you were that provoked by those words? And I agree that he shouldn't have punched that man. But I do think he deserved to get his ass beat. And that's weird to me. He shouldn't have did it. But I think Chris Rock really needs to sit down and evaluate. I'm not going to go into it. I have another video coming where we're going to watch the entire 2016 Oscars speech. Because it wasn't what he said about Jada for me. That's why he needs his ass beat. But let's get back to this. But anyway, so if you're looking at the Chris and Will situation, that's an example of, you can say whatever you want, but there's consequences for it, right? And that person being able to, and essentially the consequence deeming like that's not the appropriate consequence, that should have, that's not the appropriate consequence, and society says that. And then that's literally how I take that. So when I see people talking about there's consequences, okay, you can, if you don't like what someone say, not tune into them. You can either respond to them and set them straight, but I'm not quite sure why people think that people can't say whatever the fuck they want. If it's especially if it's personally not about you. I really don't understand that. But everybody laughs when everybody laughs when the joke is on somebody else. Everybody laughs when it's somebody else that they don't know getting joked on. Then it's funny. Right? So that's where we're at now, where it seems like people are really hypersensitive if they feel triggered, or if they're too sensitive, or they feel like I have a friend that has issues like that, and now all of a sudden that means I can't joke. I don't. That's not how that gonna go. That's not how society's gonna go. I mean, even in that fake shit that T.I. and that comedian did, and that response to T.I. getting on stage, because let me tell you something, when he hopped on stage, and I worked at a bar, at a club, and security who just sat there and act like a motherfucking groupie, we'd have a motherfucking problem. Be completely honest with you. Me and that security and the managers, and yeah, we have a problem. So I think these establishments also have to take that type of behavior. Granted, I think that was a joke. Like, that nigga is a joke. Yeah, I think that shit was a joke, all of it. Nigga, you just sitting in the back of some fucking club and you saying shit out loud, like, uncontrollably. But then you on your fucking podcast with all types of big words and control and acting like you so together and we know you full of shit. All of that shit was a joke. And then they got out of hand. Because, like I said, if that was me, and then I knew it was fake, because the girl on the stage, she didn't even say, it was like, there's nothing to talk about. Security, get him off stage. We're not going back and forth. Like, none of that. I'm not going to play with you. I'm quite aware of who the fuck you is. I didn't understand it. I was a bit lost, to be completely honest. And I thought he gave up on comedy. I thought he never should go back into a comedy club again with that whack shit that they say that he was doing out there. And I hope that wasn't like a signaling to people out there about keep you and your wife's names out their mouth and not talk about those charges and stuff like that, nigga. Once you see something, you see something. You think we're gonna unsee or unknow what the fuck they say you were doing in your bedroom, fucking on corpse and shit allegedly? Nigga, please. If you think I can forget that shit, you out your fucking mind. You got little fucking Mighty Mouse holding bitches down and stuffing pills down her mouth and shit. Nigga, the jokes are coming, allegedly. Beating up the girl if you like her more. Y'all are fucking trash. Y'all just got money, and that don't change nothing. And the more and more y'all act out, the more and more I sit and think about how T.I. and Tiny and how they've been moving on the internet. And yeah. And that shit with Dejanay. What's her name? Deja? I don't want to mess up the baby's name. I don't believe that either. How about that? She was doing what to herself? I don't believe that. I don't. So now all of a sudden, whatever was going on between her and her father ultimately lays on her because she has some type of mental situation. Y'all better stop playing. Y'all are playing in these slow motherfuckers' faces. You're not playing in mine. I'm not putting that on that girl. She shouldn't have to eat this. Her father is disgusting. She ain't no less sadder than these motherfuckers, these other kids running around here listening to this emo ass music. Y'all got it. Please stop listening to narratives, and when people create narratives and shit, that shit don't even make any sense. And that's all. Yeah, that's seriously how I feel about that shit. All right, let me get back in. I get passionate. All right, so it was January 24th that Cardi B won her defamation against Kibi after suing in federal court in Georgia. The jury found that Kibi posted the defamatory statements with actual malice and decided that Kibi should pay the Grammy winner $1.5 million in actual damages, 1.25 in punitive damages, and more than $1 million to cover her attorney fees and costs. Yeah, I wouldn't want to say this bitch's name. I don't even want to say Cardi B's name. Like, you shouldn't want to say her name. There's too much shit going on out here. There's no album out. She's not beefing with nobody. Why you want to say this woman's name still? And then if she does go viral again, that's a week or two? You just don't cover her for a week or two, and we're gonna move on to something else. I would never say this woman's name. I wouldn't say Amigo name. I wouldn't say what's the baby's name, Culture's name. I wouldn't say none of them. I would just like, I don't know them people. I shouldn't be. I'm not talking about nobody I don't know. That's how you should be talking when it comes to Cardi B and her family and everything. I don't know them people. I'm like, yeah, I don't like to talk about people now. That's what you should do. And there's nothing wrong with that. Ain't nobody gonna look at you no less. We know you lying, Tasha, down the street. Kiwi responded by sharing a live address on her YouTube channel in which she vowed to appeal the verdict. Kiwi's ability to pay some or all the jury's award will be sorted out in post judgment discovery. According to Cardi B's Thursday filing, the vlogger has boasted that she doesn't have any assets in her name. Tasha is so fucking ghetto. This shit is so fucking ghetto, y'all. And the reason why it's ghetto, what we did find out in court, from what I can remember, because I don't have it pulled up and I haven't, I haven't watched anything lately about it. But what I do remember that they found out that she didn't have insurance, right, for the business. She has not been paying her taxes. She lies consistently and says like, my several businesses. The husband went up there and said, we only got one business. Right? He ain't trying to lie for her. Right? He's not trying to lie because again, all she had to do was say allegedly, right? So yeah. Yeah. Like, and so when she's sitting up here talking about she ain't got no assets in her name, she's moving straight janky out here, okay? It's probably in her daughter's name. Mm-hmm. It's probably in her daughter's name on some hood rat ass shit. That shit's probably all in her daughter's name. A judge has not ruled on Cardi B's request for a permanent injunction. Kiwi's lawyer did not immediately respond to a request for comments from Rolling Stone. Wow. All right, so let's get on to the Instagram and let's take a look. So they posted. I don't need to read all that. They're just saying the same thing that the judge just ordered that Tasha just stop talking about this lying ass Tasha just stop talking about this girl, and take those stories and shit down. So the comment says that could take all day. She say so much. You would have thought she would have did it. Like, I would be done. I promise you, I'd be done. I'd be more than done. Like, I'd get all nervous in the interviews if they asked about their girl, and I wouldn't care. I wouldn't give one care at all. So basically all her content basically is 41 videos. Sis just throwing away money at this point. Give it up and save yourself some dignity, lying Tasha. That should have been done. Like, listen, I would have had all that shit down while I was sitting in court losing that shit. I would have known I'm losing. And took all that shit down. Just throw her away. Guess she'll have 3 videos. Why would she win if she lost the first time for lying? That's her whole page. Right. Keep my name out your mouth. Imagine having to get to go to court to prevent someone from slandering you and your family. Okay? Like, could you imagine? Oh, lying ass Tasha. Making shit up. Like, I don't give a fuck what you think about shit. You're lying. She gonna keep going back to court. As she should. As she should, because lying for views ain't what it is. It's not cute. Lying for attention, because like I said, I told y'all I got my own lying ass Tasha. But lying for attention and lying, I don't think that shit is cute. If you can't get it on your own and get it on your merit, I just don't like, that shit don't feel good. She's still adjusting to taking that L. Tasha broke. She need God. Y'all still talking about this? All right. So yeah, listen, she's been out here. Like, she's literally hasn't slowed down. You know what I'm doing? I'm gonna actually bring up her. I'm actually gonna bring up her YouTube channel. She's back in business. They didn't take her channel, which I think that's really weird. But that's how you know these companies pick and choose on what they want to be solid about and stand for when it comes to certain issues, right? Because this is the shit that she said about Cardi B in those videos and how she said it and all that. They should be taken down. They've taken people down. And this one actually has like a lawsuit that's been filed and it's been, determined that this woman is lying. Let's go. So I just want y'all to see, like I said, she's been working still. Like, she's still out here doing her thing. Let's see what story. We don't want to play nobody stuff. I just wanted to see the stories that she's been working on and see if y'all believe them because I mean they still up there and ridiculous. She's still exposing and breaking, I guess, news and stuff like that. Kamora Lee Simmons and Tim Lesnar. Now that's a real story. I just actually read that. Yeah, they tried to steal them people's money in Malaysia. That's a real thing. I think it was like they 6.2 million they sold. The Malaysian people had some bonds or something, and Tim Lesser and this guy who was in charge of whatever the funds stole for something 4.2 million. Like this shit's crazy. But that's Kamora Lee's husband basically. He's a thief, major thief. Venus and Serena's dad Richard is in trouble. Okay, that's not that bad. Jada makes Will Smith slap Chris Rock, so we know that's not true. Because she's mad that he did it. My thyroid health. I never understand sometimes when people do this, but again, I don't have a following yet, so I guess that's why people provide people with like health updates and all that type of shit, like down to the letter, down to the T, for like what's going on to them. So, like I said, anything can change. You know what I mean? I could in the future. I don't know. I'm just saying it's just for right now. She's still interviewing Wendy Williams's brother, and you know what? Him still out here talking about if he's talking about her, him out here talking about her lets me know that something may be up because she would have been fired back at him and put him back in his dress if she felt like he was playing with her. Jocelyn Hernandez is done. Wendy Williams and DJ Booth. Dwight Howard and Royce Reed. I don't know. It's hard for me to listen to somebody after you find out that they just make up shit. Not just like they just say shit, like in terms of being funny and cracking jokes and shit like that, but that they fucking make up shit, right? Like once you know somebody just like literally makes up shit, and I'm like I said, I got a lie in Tasha too. So once you know a motherfucker just out here just making up shit, like that never happened. Once you have somebody doing that, like they're dangerous to me. Like, and I've always said that. I was like, someone who lies that deep, yeah, yeah, and will go this far with it. Yeah, most definitely not right in the head. And yeah, need to go get some help. All of that. All right, y'all. That's all I got for that. Tell me what you think. Would y'all be out here saying a Cardi B? I wouldn't be saying a Cardi. I wouldn't be saying a. I wouldn't be doing nothing. Her songs may come on in the club and I might leave. For real though, I would have Cardi B PTSD. Every time I heard her name, I would think I would hear chickens or something. My head would start spinning. I'm just saying, like it ain't nothing. That's just another female. So I don't even understand. Like I don't even understand the need to cover her all like that. $4 million worth. You start talking about like that. Like you let that woman cost you $4 million. You better than me. Y'all know how I do it here. We keep it bougie, we keep it posh, we keep it black as F. And y'all peace out. Mwah.